Welcome back to our channel, Soap Fanatics. Today is a truly beautiful, thrilling day to dive headfirst into the most explosive, jaw-dropping drama Los Angeles has to offer. Grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and brace yourselves because the fallout we are about to unpack is going to leave you absolutely speechless. The heavy, imposing, solid mahogany door of the Forrester Creations CEO office clicks with a sharp, metallic finality, and the sound echoes through the room like a lethal gunshot. Steffy Forrester Finnegan freezes, the blood instantly draining from her face as her panicked, wide eyes lock onto Carter Walton. The air in the room is absolutely suffocating, thick with the toxic, undeniable aftermath of their drunken, catastrophic betrayal. They're caught in a moment alone, a moment so intimately charged, so dangerously close, that neither of them can easily explain it away. The sheer, unadulterated terror in Steffy's chest threatens to rip her apart from the inside out. Who is on the other side of that door? Is it John Finn Finnegan, her blindly devoted husband, who flew across the world to save their fractured marriage? Or is it Daphne Rose Walton, Steffy's dear friend, who just returned to Los Angeles ready to give Carter the family he has always desperately craved? The walls of Forrester Creations are rapidly closing in, and the ticking time bomb of their explosive hookup is dangerously close to detonating. The panic in the CEO office reaches a fever pitch on Monday, August 24th. Steffy and Carter are paralyzed, caught in a high-stakes web of deception that could obliterate the Forrester, Finnegan, and Walton families in a single, catastrophic blast. Steffy's hands tremble violently as she desperately tries to compose herself, smoothing her hair and adjusting her clothes with frantic, jerky movements. Carter's jaw clenches so hard it looks like it might shatter under the immense pressure. The guilt is eating them alive, a venomous snake coiling tighter and tighter around their throats. They are forced to orchestrate an immediate, desperate cover-up, whispering frantic promises to take this filthy secret to their graves. But the physical proximity between them is undeniable, and whoever just walked into that office is going to sense the lethal, crackling tension radiating off their bodies. One wrong look, one misplaced word, and their entire lives will go up in flames. Across town, the Spencer drama is burning just as hot, and the collateral damage is going to be spectacular. Well, Spencer is spiraling, staggering blindly through the wreckage of his shattered romance with Electra Forrester. But he isn't spiraling alone. Melissa Dillon, the opportunistic wild card who has clawed her way into the Forrester and Spencer orbits, is right there to catch him. Monday night brings a reckless, passionate collision that pulls Will and Dillon dangerously closer. The chemistry between them is electric, a raw, unfiltered blaze of heartbreak and desire that completely consumes them. Dillon knows exactly what she is doing. She is calculating her every move, wrapping herself around the vulnerable Spencer heir, sinking her claws into his fractured heart. They're crossing lines that absolutely cannot be uncrossed, diving headfirst into a passionate entanglement whether anyone else in their lives is ready for it or not. The dark, secluded walls of the beach house offer a temporary sanctuary, but the morning light is going to bring a vicious, unforgiving reckoning. By Tuesday, August 25th, the corporate battlefield at Forrester Creations shifts into high gear, and the stakes have never been more astronomical. Ridge Forrester, the ruthless and demanding co-CEO, gets a first-hand look at a bold new fashion line that could shake the very foundation of the company. This isn't just another collection. This is a highly aggressive, deeply ambitious pitch that threatens to redefine the Forrester brand. Ridge stares at the sketches, his mind racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. The potential is massive. The designs are fresh, edgy, and highly lucrative. But the internal politics are absolutely lethal. Ridge knows that greenlighting this aggressive push means declaring a corporate civil war within his own family. The tension in the executive suite is palpable, thick enough to cut with a knife. Ridge must make a choice, and whatever he decides will leave a trail of shattered egos, bitter resentments, and corporate casualties in its wake. The fashion war is escalating, and the boardroom is about to become a bloodbath. Meanwhile, the Spencer matriarch is unleashing her full, terrifying fury. Katie Logan Spencer does not play games when it comes to her son, and her maternal instincts are screaming red alert. Her suspicions about Melissa Dillon have officially reached a boiling point, bubbling over into a relentless, aggressive investigation. Katie knows a gold digger when she sees one, and Dillon's sudden, highly convenient attachment to Will is setting off every alarm bell in Katie's head. She launches a ruthless interrogation, cornering Will and demanding answers with the precision of a heat-seeking missile. Will is caught directly in the middle of a vicious, high-stakes tug of war. Katie's eyes are like daggers, slicing through Will's defensive excuses. She brutally points out Dillon's massive red flags, her mysterious background, and her blatant opportunistic maneuvering. But Will is defiant. He is sick of the interference, sick of the ultimatums, and utterly exhausted by his mother's relentless probing. He pushes back, defending Dillon, completely blind to the trap he is walking into. Katie realizes that words are no longer enough. If she wants to save her son, she is going to have to destroy Dillon herself. Wednesday, August 26th, brings an all-out, merciless assault on Melissa Dillon. The walls are closing in on the newest Forrester Creations employee, and the target on her back is massive. She finds herself entirely on the defensive, forced into a corner and demanded to justify her choices to people who have already made up their minds about her. The tension in the Forrester design room is absolutely toxic. Hostile glares and venomous whispers track Dillon's every move. She is being ruthlessly interrogated, her motives questioned, her character assassinated. But Dillon is no shrinking violet. She fires right back, her eyes flashing with a dangerous, unapologetic defiance. Dillon refuses to be intimidated by the Forrester name or the Spencer fortune. She knows she has the ultimate leverage, and that is Will Spencer's affection. She stands her ground, navigating the hostile environment with a cold, calculated smirk. Dillon is playing a high-stakes game of corporate and romantic survival, and she's entirely willing to do whatever it takes to secure her place at the top of the food chain, regardless of who she has to crush to get there. While the fashion houses go to war, a much darker, far more lethal threat is simmering in the shadows of Los Angeles. Sheila is completely alone. The silence in her apartment is deafening, a constant, agonizing reminder of the life she has lost. She is desperately trying to adjust to a reality that no longer includes Deacon Sharp. But Sheila does not do acceptance. She does not do quiet, graceful exits. The obsessive, predatory glint is rapidly returning to her eyes. She paces the floor like a caged animal, her mind spinning with vindictive, highly calculated plots. The man she loves is building a future without her, and every second that ticks by is another drop of lethal poison in Sheila's veins. She's a coiled snake, waiting for the exact right moment to strike with deadly precision. The reformed villain act is cracking, fracturing under the weight of her devastating heartbreak and boiling rage. Sheila is preparing to remind everyone exactly why they should fear her name. The calm before the storm is officially over, and the impending hurricane is going to leave a trail of absolute devastation. Back at Forrester Creations, R.J. Forrester is done playing the dutiful, quiet son. He is pushing harder than ever to carve out a name for himself, a powerful legacy that isn't just borrowed from his famous family. The nepotism whispers have fueled a burning, aggressive ambition inside his chest. He wants total control. He wants undeniable respect, and he is willing to tear down anyone who stands in his way. RJ is making bold, ruthless corporate maneuvers, stepping directly on toes and challenging the established authority. He is positioning himself as the new, unstoppable king of the Forrester Empire. His drive to succeed is pouring gasoline on his professional ambition. RJ wants to prove that he is the superior man in every single arena. demanding that his vision be the centerpiece of the company's future. RJ is playing a dangerous game of corporate chicken, and he has absolutely no intention of blinking first. The old guard had better watch their backs, because RJ is coming for the crown. The drama accelerates to breakneck speeds on Thursday, August 27th. Deacon Sharp steps into full, protective dad mode, pulling Hope Logan aside for some much-needed, intensely emotional advice. Hope is navigating her own treacherous waters, caught in the brutal crossfire of the escalating corporate wars. Her decisions have fractured relationships, leaving a trail of shattered trust and bitter resentment. Deacon sees the severe toll it is taking on his daughter. He looks her directly in the eye, offering the kind of raw, unfiltered wisdom that only a man who has lost everything and fought his way back from the brink can provide. Deacon urges Hope to stand her ground, to fiercely claim her independence, and to stop apologizing for her ambition. But Deacon is also hiding his own massive secrets, and a looming, terrifying threat of Sheila's inevitable retaliation hangs heavy in the air. The father-daughter bond is severely tested as the dark shadows of their past threaten to completely eclipse their futures. But the most explosive, jaw-dropping moment of Thursday belongs to Melissa Dillon. The dark, hidden past she's been desperately trying to outrun finally catches up to her in spectacular, undeniable fashion. Dillon is forced to reckon with the darkest parts of her history, and there is nowhere left to hide. A ghost from her past arrives in Los Angeles, bringing a massive hurricane of secrets, lies, and unresolved trauma. Dillon is completely blindsided. The confrontation is going to be legendary, a fierce, highly emotional clash that threatens to expose everything Dillon has been hiding. Her connection to the chaotic Remy Price, her manipulative maneuvers, and her true intentions are all on the verge of being dragged into the harsh, unforgiving light of day. The Spencer and Forrester families are about to realize that they have vastly underestimated the secrets Dillon is carrying. The fallout from this reckoning is going to send shockwaves through the entire canvas, altering the trajectory of every single relationship she has touched. The week culminates in a Friday, August 28th cliffhanger that will leave audiences absolutely breathless and begging for more. The suffocating, toxic secret between Carter Walton and Steffy Forrester finally comes to a head, and the explosion is going to be magnificent. The guilt has been eating Steffy alive, paralyzing her every single time she looks into Finn's blindly devoted, desperately hopeful eyes. Finn is fighting with every ounce of his soul to repair their marriage, completely oblivious to the horrific fact that his wife just slept with the Forrester COO. Meanwhile, Daphne Rose Walton is back, pouring her heart out to Carter, ready to repair their fractured relationship and discuss the family she so desperately wants. The agonizing irony is almost too much to bear. Carter is drowning in deception, trying to bury his explosive betrayal while looking directly into his wife's trusting, vulnerable eyes. The pressure is mounting, the walls are caving in, and the lies are becoming impossible to maintain. Secrets this massive, this inherently destructive, cannot stay buried in the glamorous, cutthroat world of Los Angeles forever. The physical and psychological toll on Steffy is reaching an absolute, undeniable breaking point. The terrifying, looming, paralyzing threat of a surprise pregnancy is hanging over her head like a razor-sharp guillotine, ready to sever every tie she holds dear. If Steffy is carrying Carter's child, the fallout will completely obliterate the Forrester, Finnegan, and Walton families in a single catastrophic, irreversible blast. Steffy and Carter are forced into a desperate, high-stakes, emotionally charged confrontation. The tension in the CEO office is absolutely lethal, thick with unspoken fears and mounting dread. Every whispered word, every frantic, terrified glance is loaded with the potential for absolute, unmitigated destruction. They must decide right here, right now, whether to continue orchestrating the ultimate, soul-crushing cover-up, or confess their sins and let the chips fall where they may. There is absolutely no telling who gets caught in the devastating fallout when the truth finally detonates. Who is going to break first under the immense, suffocating pressure? Will Carter's famously unwavering moral compass force a devastating confession? Or will Steffi's feral desperation to protect her family demand total, suffocating silence? The fuse is officially lit. The bomb is ticking down to zero, and the impending explosion is going to change the landscape of the fashion world forever. Will Steffi and Carter's dirty secret destroy 2 marriages, or will a shocking twist keep it buried? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, and subscribe so you don't miss a single second.